Is the new Super Mario Brothers movie actually worth spending your time and money on? And what worldview does it communicate to you and your kids? Stay tuned to This, That, and Theology and find out. You're watching This, That, and Theology, equipping you to apply your worldview in the world around you. Today we're talking about Super Mario Brothers, the movie that just came out a couple weeks ago. In its first 10 days, it became the top box office movie in the world for 2023, surpassing even a Marvel film. And this is not normal for a video game movie. I remember the first Super Mario Brothers movie, and so when I saw the trailer, I was a little concerned that we were hearkening back to some very dark days of video game movies. So I was pleasantly surprised that the movie is entertaining and clean. I have no problems taking my younger kids to go see this, and I don't think you should either. This is a fantastic film. But here at This, That, and Theology, we're not just talking about whether the content of a film is safe. We're talking about what worldviews are being communicated. One of the things to take into consideration is that often we have a film that looks safe on the outside, but is trying to communicate something that they want us to just accept without question. It'll show up in the smallest of ways. But I'll be honest, as I watched Super Mario Brothers, the movie, I couldn't find anything that gave me concern. In fact, what I did find was there are some worldview things that you should be excited about as you watch this movie with your family, because it will give you an opportunity to talk about biblical principles with your kids, even as they're watching this video game movie. Now, the basic premise behind the plot is Mario and Luigi are struggling to start their own plumbing business in Brooklyn, and nobody believes in them. Mario and Luigi have quit a full-time job, and their family doesn't understand why they would leave steady income to try out this passion of theirs. So when a plumbing emergency threatens Brooklyn, Mario and Luigi dive down into the sewers, and they end up falling into an area they've never been before, where a pipe transports them to the magical world of the Mushroom Kingdom. Except that Mario and Luigi get split, and Luigi ends up going to the Dark World, and Mario goes to the Mushroom Kingdom. Luigi is captured by Bowser in a very scary place with the skeletal Koopas and all the creepy bad guys that you remember from the video games. So Mario embarks on his adventure with his goal of rescuing his brother. While he's doing that, he ends up becoming the hero of the Mushroom Kingdom right alongside Princess Peach and the perpetually positive Toad, who is probably one of my favorite kind of sidekick characters in the film. Mario never gives up. He has one of those qualities of perseverance and endurance that is just endearing as we watch him. It's a character trait that we want to applaud. Not that he's not afraid, not that he doesn't see issues that are discouraging to him, but he realizes that what he's doing is worth doing, and he's going to fight to be able to do it. Luigi as a character is constantly afraid, and it's somewhat ironic that he is placed in the most terrifying environments, including being dangled in a cage over a pit of lava. This is troubling, as you can imagine, and it makes Luigi scared. But one of the positive messages of this film is how both Mario and Luigi overcome the things that keep them back. Luigi learns how to face his fears. Mario learns how to push past any obstacle that he may see, whether it's outside or in his own self, and achieve success. And it's partially because they do things together. Now, as we're looking at this from a biblical worldview and how you can talk to your kids, this, in a lot of ways, is a great illustration of the first few verses of James. James 1, verses 2 through 4. Now, as we look at that passage, we see that the trials that we go through are actually gifts, because they form us, they sharpen us to be able to endure more. In fact, that word persevere means to stay under. And both Mario and Luigi have to learn how to stay under the challenge that is there. And this is a message that you can communicate with your kids. Ask them, how is Luigi facing his fears in this film? What is Mario having to overcome? And these are great lessons that you can sit down with your kids as soon as the movie is over and talk about. not only talking about Mario and Luigi, but how things apply in their very own lives. What challenges are they facing at school? What challenges are they facing with their friends? This is an excellent springboard for you to talk about how your worldview about trials is applied, not just in the movie, but in their own lives. There's a lot to like in this film. I couldn't find a single moment where a woke or socially projective agenda was being communicated or endorsed on screen. And that is fantastic in a day and age when we seem to get more movies that are more message than storytelling. There's not a great story here. It's a video game, but it feels like a video game, right down to Mario trying to understand why bricks are just standing in midair. The movie doesn't take itself too seriously, and you shouldn't take the plot too seriously either, other than to see the value of the characters that are there and how they persevere in the face of trials. We want to support films like this that are telling stories that are safe for the family to enjoy together without having to worry about what cultural messaging might be there. We want more movies like this where we can sit down with our kids afterwards and say, this is how what we believe about what God says about us is demonstrated in the world around us. Stay tuned right here on This, That, and Theology. We're going to have more videos coming out later. You can also go to our blog at thisthatandtheology.com, where we have devotionals and video games and movie reviews. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time right here.